This video is sponsored by G2A. Use cashback code DORON for 3% off on Warcraft products. Hello guys, this is Doronsmovies, and today I'll be talking about dwarves and how powerful they are, briefly covering their history and then talking about characteristics and culture. So without further ado, let's get into the lore. The Earthen were created many millennia ago by the Titans in order to help structure Azeroth and to keep the planet in check. As the Titan forged, they were in charge of shaping the earth and digging underground. Eventually, Yogg-Saron, the Old God, would create the Curse of Flesh that would not only change their forms and corrupt the Titan Watchers, but would also cause a massive civil war. Many of the Earthen were slaughtered, so a large group would follow Tyr and his allies in exile, searching for a new life. Along the way, Tyr sacrificed himself and they reached a new home of Uldaman, a Titan-forged vault. The group settled there, and after the first signs of the Curse of Flesh became more and more evident, they asked to be placed in hibernation so that they could possibly be cured one day. Unfortunately, that cure never came, and they would awaken many millennia later. Now drastically different, they had become mortal creatures of flesh and blood. Known as dwarves, they left the halls of Uldaman and ventured west. They were drawn to a snowy mountain range that they would name Khazmodan in honor of the titan Khazgoroth. Doing what they do best, they dug into the heart of the mountain and crafted a marvelous city known as Ironforge. Eventually, they would be discovered by human explorers and would start to develop their relationship, becoming allies. At first, they were collectively a part of the Ironforge clan, but they were later divided into three factions: Bronzebeards, Wildhammer, and Dark Iron Dwarves. At one point, Modimus and Vilmar, the High King, died, and war broke out. Significant political strife occurred as the dwarves split, and even Ragnaros was summoned. Very recently, they reunited once again and became whole. Throughout the years, they participated in the Orcish Wars as well as the Scourge invasion. Since then, they became an even more important part of the Alliance, participating in anything from the invasion of Outland up to the most recent Burning Legion attack. Currently, they are a significant part of the war effort in the new World War between the Alliance and the Horde. So, with this very brief history, how powerful are the dwarves and what are their characteristics? On average, dwarves are between 4 to 5 feet in height, so around 140 centimeters. Males usually average 5 feet, so around 150 centimeters, while females are on the lower part of the spectrum. In terms of weight, it is usually about 180 pounds or 80 kilograms. Despite their height, dwarves are incredibly powerful as well as muscular. Dwarves almost always have very long beards, and on some occasions, even the females possess them. They have a more sturdy but less agile build, making them perfect warriors. This is largely due to their earthen heritage. Physical strength is their advantage, so commonly dwarves prefer to be heavily armored as well as use maces, axes, and shields. In terms of lifespan, they generally live around 200 years, which is twice the age of humans, but overall it is not really that long when compared to the rest of the races. Culture-wise, dwarves are incredibly connected to their Titan heritage. They have an inbuilt duty towards Earth and also an unquenchable thirst to figure out their history. They worship the Titan pantheon as their creators, although recently many dwarves have turned to follow the Church of the Holy Light. Light is not as big with them as it is with the humans or the Draenei, for example, but they are a well-established priest and paladin race. Now, there is definitely a difference between the clans, as the Bronzebeard are more the blacksmithing warrior priest type clan, while the Wildhammer dwarves are more about nature, griffin riding, and shamanism. Today, as they have all united, it makes the dwarves a very versatile race with their separate characteristics. When it comes to mounts, they generally utilize rams and griffins, mainly due to their sturdiness as well as the ability to climb and fly through mountainous regions. Technology-wise, they are not as advanced as the gnomes, but they have benefited from them greatly. Dwarves are world-class blacksmiths, and they use that skill to create their machinery. We have seen them use siege engines, mortars, rifles, and all sorts of other advanced weaponry. In regards to the population, it is unclear, but no signs really show that they're low in numbers. The reason for this is that they're one of the few races on Azeroth that have not been hit too hard with the recent wars. Yes, they had casualties, but they were never directly hit, and even with the closest threat to them, Gnomergan, it was really just the gnomes that were the victims. Now, with all the clans united, all signs show that they're relatively high in numbers, making them possibly the strongest race after the humans within the Alliance. Overall, with their titanic heritage, dwarves are one of the most ancient protectors of Azeroth. They are physically powerful and intelligent, as well as industrialized and developed. Even though designed by gnomes, the Deeprantram is a big sign of their technological achievements. Dwarves have participated in countless wars and have been a critical part of the Alliance on many occasions. As one of the oldest races on Azeroth, dwarves are one powerful species. Alright, and that is all I have for this video. Do leave your thoughts below and don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really helps out and keeps all the content going. Thanks a lot for taking the time out of the day to watch this video, and see you next time.